Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mile High Game Guys Board Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jeff.
And with us is returning guest, Ant.
Thanks for having me back.
Always.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
You guys have been saying that way too much lately.
We have been saying that a lot lately.
Because no one knows who we talk about at random sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because we could be talking about a random stranger's name.
Well, so I feel, though, like, by the way, everybody, this is episode 54, and we are already off the tracks.
No. Yeah, it's 30 seconds.
I feel like friend of the show would be more like people who we know through the show, whereas like Ant's just a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
he's
your beer
he's a
provider.
friend.
All right.
He's a beer provider. He's a Blood Bowl enthusiast, manager extraordinaire. Mm-hmm. You know, stuff like that. You know, Wesley is friend of ours who does a bunch of stuff. Kaiser's friend of ours who does a bunch of stuff. You know, like
all right.
they all friends of the show is like Patrick and Brandon, who know us through the show and are friends because of the show.
Gotcha. They're not as good as regular friends then.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Yep.
They're just different kinds of friends.
Sounds like he's trying to backtrack.
So are you trying to tell me that they're separate but equal in terms of friends?
Oh dear.
Friends is the first time stamp. So all of you people were on vacation while I was not.
Depending on how you define vacation.
Not driving
Zach.
across
Yeah, I
cross
drove
country.
2,000 miles to deliver a truck. It wasn't really a vacation.
Through
it
the
nice?
south, nonetheless.
Yeah, to the south.
It was a nice truck.
Yeah, it was a 2003 Ford F350 7.3 liter Power Stroke V8 diesel engine with a crew cab and then a full bed, and it was a dually.
Did it have a rebel flag flying
No,
off
it did not. Thankfully, it did not.
Did you put one up when you entered Alabama?
I didn't go through Alabama, so
Only had to go to Georgia.
no, yeah, and
That's
then
why he made it across.
yeah, and at one point I parallel parked it, so that was fun
In St. Louis?
in St. Louis, right next to Southern, so I could get more of that tasty fried chicken.
Yes. In case you're unaware, Southern is the best fried chicken, pretty much outside of Nashville. Probably in the planet.
I can't say I've ever had fried chicken in Nashville.
I haven't either. I'm trusting Paul on this one,
Okay.
which on retrospect
Yeah.
might be a bad plan.
Yeah, bad plan.
He's very adamant about his fried chicken, though.
He is.
He is.
Especially his hot fried chicken.
I could go for some spicy fried chicken.
Zach, what was the best gas mileage you got in that truck?
17.2.
And it was a diesel, right?
Yes.
So you were paying even more for gas.
Well, what I actually found was funny is like right around here, it's like what 217 for gas, but then like 219 for diesel. Mm-hmm. But like when I got towards a part in Georgia, it was 197 for gas and 245 for diesel. So as we got farther away from here, a gap started appearing.
Well, when you get more onto like just the highway gas stations, they're like, oh, trucks, we're going to charge more for diesel.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Shiesty.
36 gallon tank too. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I need to take
Well, you need a big tank when you're getting that bad of gas mileage so that you can go more than a couple hundred miles at a time.
No, yeah, it was I think the 622 miles to empty from full.
Damn.
One of the times. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's some distance.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I need to take my car in. My gas mileage has plummeted. It's probably worse than that truck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Considering you drove a
Hyundai
Hyundai.
Elantra. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably take it in.
Yeah.
When I was driving my car to get like lunch today, I went to rev it. No, it was when I picked you up.
Yeah,
I went
we
to
were
rev
driving.
up, and I was like, doesn't have as much kick.
Your Kia.
It basically that thing has more or less 6 liters more. My Kia.
Which is basically an entire other engine.
Yeah. Oh, and another V4, a V4 6-liter engine. You add that in mine, and you get that. So
A little duct tape, we can get you there.
I actually kind of went on vacation. Well, I've been on vacation from work for a long time. I haven't worked yet in July, which has been fantastic. Tomorrow's going to suck.
Also known as getting fired.
Well, I didn't get fired. Well, as far as I know, tomorrow
Yes.
might really suck. But I went...
let me know if you're available for games, Adrian.
Yes, I definitely will. Although if I get fired, Megan and I are definitely probably going to redo our glacier trip. But anyhow, we went to Michigan to see some family, went to a wedding celebration because they eloped. And then they got back and they're like, oh, hey, everybody, if you want to, come celebrate our elopement, you can do that.
We're just gonna have a reception.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm fine. If anyone wants to do that, I will never begrudge anyone who wants to skip all the bullshit parts of a wedding and just do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Which is
All the heavy drinking parts.
the drinking.
Yes.
The
On the
drinking and the
parts.
eating are the best parts of any given wedding.
Breakfast for wedding reception, best idea ever.
Ooh.
Yeah. I went to a wedding that was breakfast for reception.
Nice.
Awesome.
I could get behind that. Solid
Yeah.
brunch.
Yeah. All mimosas.
Mimosa fountain.
But yeah, so I was in Michigan for the weekend. I kind of had the same experience as you when you were talking to Zach. Well, maybe it wasn't you. Somebody's talking about like they went somewhere and they're like, oh wait, humidity's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I had that experience
fuck
coming off the airplane in Detroit. Like, oh god.
Whenever I fly back to Chicago, there's that little gap between the plane and the jetway. I can feel the humidity, and I was like, I've made a huge mistake.
Try and fight your way back on board. Take us back.
Yeah, it was definitely annoying. It's driving because the air conditioning didn't really work on the truck.
It's 2003.
Yeah,
so-
well, it needed to be the Freon needed to be recharged or something like
Yeah.
that. So it'd blow cold air for like a minute, and then 10 minutes of which became hotter air than outside. It was really annoying. And so I had the window down the entire time. And as you can see, I had my arm out the entire time. Got a nice trucker burn right there.
Yeah.
And so when I got back to Denver, I was like, okay, I like that there's no humidity, but the dry air just makes this hurt worse.
Zach does have a nice sunburn on his left arm.
Yep.
Yes.
With
Crispy.
a real solid white line right about mid arm.
Yeah, right around that the
sleeve.
The sleeve. Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Impressive. I don't know. I worked for 6 days, so
That sucks.
yeah.
Hooray, Target.
Hooray! I played a lot of Blood Bowl 2,
Yeah.
which is the PC game version of Blood Bowl. I played the campaign.
It's like an official one, right?
Yes, it's cryptozoic. Does it? Cryptic?
Cyanide.
Cyanide. That's it.
One of those C's.
Yeah.
As long as the board game company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cyanide.
I needed more Blood Bowl because I was on a bye week and Ant was busy, and so I played the Blood Bowl campaign. And there's a lot of horse shit in there, but it makes
Utter
me
bullshit.
Yeah.
In what way?
So there'll just be random rules and shit. It's the base game is kind of the full rules, but doesn't have the kickoff table. But there will always be some bullshit that happens to you in the game. So in one of them, I was playing Dark Elves. Halftime happened. Came back. During halftime, I had it's Croxagore Aid or Croxa Aid, not Gatorade.
Okay.
Croxagore Aid. And all of my stats on my dude's randomized to like, now he's strength 1 but movement 9. Well, now he's movement 2 but agility 6. Now he's strength 9 or strength 8, but he can only move 3 squares. Like all of the stats like totally fucked up because the witch elves had poisoned me during the halftime and poisoned the Croxa Aid.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. During the final for the Blood Bowl, which I had made it to, and the whole story is like everyone's trying to ruin the Reichland Reavers and like is all against them, and I'm the new coach, and I have to win literally every game or they'll fire me. And it's all like a Skaven plot to summon like the horned rat or something at the Blood Bowl if they win. Mm-hmm. So during the final, they rub themselves with mutation gel that, yes, that they get random mutations throughout the game, so much so that they can get Claw, which breaks my armor on a 7 no matter what, or Prehensile Tail that makes it so I get a -1 to any dodge moves away, or they just turn into a fucking rat ogre. I had 3 rat ogres on the fucking field at the end of that game. Still won. Mostly because I get like the Mighty Zug and Griff Oberwald at all times. And
Yeah.
they're like some of the best star players. So,
Okay.
So basically, the campaign is turned into Major League.
yes. Yep. Yes.
Blood Bowl. The equivalent.
But that just makes me want to play more and more Blood Bowl on like Fumble. And maybe I might give Blood Bowl 2 a try on the like official. Yeah. And it's just like, yes.
Evil
Yes.
overlord finger things.
Mr. Burns-esque.
Mr. Burns-esque. Very.
Makes me want to play more Blood Bowl 2. Try the multiplayer on there and see how that goes. Otherwise, Fumble, because Fumble goes real fast.
Yeah, I'd say my normal games are about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I probably played some low-rank games in like 40 minutes on there before, too.
I've gotten done under 30 before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, your team's dead. Well,
Smash, smash, foul, smash, foul, smash, foul. Yeah. Cool. That's what I spent all of my time while everyone was gone doing.
Ant, what did you spend your week doing?
I guess I was technically on vacation aiding.
Okay.
I had a bunch of friends from Georgia come in town.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right.
They haven't, the one dude hadn't been to Colorado in 4 years, and he brought his fiance and 2 of our other friends. So I've been kind of holding their hands through a couple different board games, which is pretty fun. So I got to like revisit some stuff like Betrayal. Like, I haven't played that in a while, and they'd never played before, and they're like, this is weird, and then they start getting into it. And besides that, been doing lots of camping, lots of Blood Bowl, and other stuff. I don't think we're talking about games yet, so.
Yeah, feel free to talk about some games you're playing. I mean, this is just random generic banter.
Yeah.
Because the what have I been playing is going to be brief.
Kind of like mine last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess with them, like we played Betrayal, which is fun, and we played Mansions of Madness, which was interesting because they've never played. They don't play very complex games, so it was very interesting to see how they reacted to it.
Second edition?
Second edition,
Okay.
yeah. So we just played the intro, the first one, and it took them a while to like kind of get it, and then as we started going, like I made sure to narrate everything in like creepy voices, and I had the volume way up so the random sound effects happened, and they were really getting into it, which is pretty fun. But then let's see, we played a great game of Roborally, which kind of disintegrated after
Turn 1.
well,
So
one guy
game of Roborally.
one guy killed himself on the 3rd card.
Wow.
So yeah, and then the other girl killed herself on the 2nd turn, and then it just kind of ended up to be Paul and I and 2 of the other people. So it was a 4-player game after very quick deaths.
Here's some beers. Watch us play this game.
And then I played a game with drunk Paul of Hanabi, which
God.
ended up in shouting and
Sounds
arguing.
about right. Had he played Hanabi before?
Never with me though.
Oh.
So we had a rules debate on
Ooh.
things.
Who was debating that? Paul or you?
I'm sure Paul was.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you guys have brought up multiple times on like how I like to play Hanabi. It's a very strict rule set, and it's very no cheating, no nothing.
You're
kind of
very
thing.
good at Hanabi.
So we were playing, and he gave the clue of this is a red, and this is a red.
Nope.
And this is a red.
Okay.
And then I played based on the way that I normally play. The newest card I drew, he gave me a clue. I didn't know anything. I didn't know the other ones were reds before, and I played it, and he's like, no, I told you in this order. Because I wanted, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4. I was like, I'm 100% not okay with that.
No,
I would
that's
call
It's like
that
these
a 0.
are reds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first couple times I had played that game, it was like, this is a red, and then this is also a red. And it was, giving away way too much information.
Yeah.
No, it's you can't differentiate.
Motionless robot voice.
Yes.
So then our shouting match wasn't really, like we were like mad at each other or anything, but we're just like, no.
On the scale of shouting match, how much was it post 2-up shouting match?
He was drunker, I would say.
Ooh,
he was drunk
okay.
before he came over and had 5 or 6 beers at my house.
All right.
So I was trying to catch up with him, so I drank the rest of the whiskey. But yeah, so he was saying the way I play, I tell you how I hold my hand. So to me that's not hidden information. The way I hold my hand is the same every time I ever play. The cards that I draw are hidden information, and I feel like you have to be as neutral as possible.
Yes.
So he was saying that me telling him how I hold my hand was the equivalent of him saying the individual cards.
Wrong.
Yeah.
100% wrong. Because you can tell him that before you know anything. It's usually you're like, by the way,
This is how I keep track.
it goes here and it dumps out here. So that's
Well, the point I was trying to get across when we were talking about it was I tell you I hold my hand, but if I fuck up my hand and I switch some cards around, you're not allowed to confirm.
Yes.
So technically I have a strategy, but I don't have it set. Like
Yeah.
if I forget a card, that's my problem.
yes. Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
If I misplace a card, that's
Yeah.
my problem.
And at any point, that's the same information you can ask from anyone. It's like, what do you know about your hand? Well, I know this is the newest card. I know this is the next one. This is the next one. It's nothing that isn't something.
And I'm
mechanical.
also against asking what do you know multiple times.
Yes.
Because they're like, when they say it wrong and you're like, no, what do you know?
Yeah.
Oh no. You just say it once and then you're just like you
silently-
silently scream in your mind and then you're like, okay, no, it's this.
So yeah, it wasn't like a real angry at each other
Right.
argument or anything. We were just like drunkenly yelling at each other.
So, it's sort of like a lot of the games for me that end up for me and Adrian in that.
Yes. Especially those kind of light casual games where you end up taking them far more seriously. It's like, we could have played 2 games of this while we were arguing about this one rule.
It's not a game unless you're fighting.
Yep.
Well, at that point, we already knew that was going to be the last one anyway. Like, he was just waiting for the Uber to get there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Right after that, I went back and Julie's like, I don't know what you guys are yelling about, but I'm pretty sure I heard what Paul was saying. I was like, no, you definitely can't do that. Yeah, so besides that, I had a good game of Blood Bowl for our last match before Jeff and I get to play.
Oh, yeah. Did you get some Blood Bowl in?
So I played against the Wood Elves.
Do we want to do an actual bloody minute?
Yeah, we can do a bloody minute.
Yes, we'll save that for a bloody minute. We'll
It'll be
come
your
back to it.
it'll be your bloody
I
minute.
never got to do it.
You'll get a
All
bloody
my
minute.
bloody minutes, it's been Jeff and I playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, did you get to play anything while you were working all week?
No, just a game night. Played. We got to game night early. I don't know why. You were available to get there early.
Jeff, I'm going to stop you for just a second because one, I'm going to open a new beer.
Okay, so beer cut.
No, he doesn't want to cut.
No
cuts.
because we forgot one of our new segments.
Oh, that's right.
What are we drinking?
What are we drinking?
So 3/4 of the table are drinking from the same brewery.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is fitting considering the barrel overlord of said brewery is sitting.
And 3/4 are drinking IPAs.
Also,
yes.
yes.
Oh, you guys are both.
I got a coffee stout standby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it is literally blocked by this.
So I am drinking the Escape to Colorado IPA from Epic Brewing.
Which is what you're also drinking, eh?
I am also drinking the beer that I brought. Yes.
Yes.
I've got a Son of a Baptist from Epic Brewery.
Right on.
I've got one on standby.
Made with Denver coffee.
Yes, it is. Yep.
I had to check the batch.
Novo, yeah.
I started off with a Modus Operandi from Ska Brewing, and now I'm moving on to the Ska Rudy Session IPA. Now that the episode started, I have to shift to the lower alcohol, so I don't get all slurry during the episode, which has happened. As I'm sure Ant, who has listened to all of them recently, can confirm.
I listened to all the episodes 3 times each.
There's been a couple episodes where...
I have them marked down.
Yeah.
You might be our biggest fan.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think all the downloads come from?
Well, if you've listened to every episode 3 times, then there's a lot of them right there.
That's math. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So anyway, now, Jeff, you can continue with what you were playing.
We got to game night early, so we decided to get together and play Indonesia.
I finally talked these 2 into it.
I think it was only because I was also in.
Yes.
that
Like I
Zach
said,
played.
I'll play it as long as Jeff's there.
I'm not going to lie. I was getting real agitated. Megan could attest if she jumped into the room right now because it was like, I got if Jeff's in from you, and I was trying to get this organized early enough that if you guys weren't in, I could find other players. And as of I was like, we'll play at 3. And as of 2:30, the most I'd gotten from Jeff was yeah, I could maybe do that. It was like, is that a yes?
I mean, I would say that's
No?
usually a yes for Jeff.
Yeah.
'Cause you were having roommate issues.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for fucking rent money.
Did you get it?
I did.
Okay.
The next day. Money is nice. But we played Indonesia.
Yes.
Indonesia is a game that
Yes,
is,
it is.
on the heavier side
Very much so.
of board games.
Yeah, 2.51, I think, right?
Jesus, not this again.
I don't. What kind of heavy game would you call this?
I would call this an economic game in
Okay.
that you are building and trading companies throughout Indonesia. You're
shipping.
Yeah, it's
there's a
a
lot
shipping.
of, there's a lot of shipping. It's not a pick up and deliver because you're not
No.
ever picking up. You do deliver, but it's not in that normal means.
You're not traveling. It's like A to Z.
Yeah,
There's no
definitely
anywhere.
shipping.
It's a deliver and then put down. That's what it is.
That's where this is where it goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I get money. You had replaced the paper money with nice poker chips,
Yes,
which was much appreciated.
Yes.
Especially when you had to ship through bullshit of 800 ships and figure out which ship you had used and not used, and that nightmare. I still got second.
You
So
did?
that was fine.
Yeah.
I was the rice lord.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you were. I can't believe it, but if we ended up letting you get away with that nonsense.
Because it got so expensive, no one could take it away from me.
yeah. I mean,
If I had bought all the shipping companies, maybe someone
that's
would
why
be able to take it away.
That's why I didn't fucking let you buy that shipping
Yeah.
company. I was the ship lord. So
Yes. And Zach got third. Paul got first.
3
Yeah.
less than you.
Yes, we were extremely close score wise.
And then there's Adrian down.
And I had 4th, and Megan came in 5th.
Yeah.
And
Paul got first, but we don't care
won.
about him.
Paul won.
Unfortunately, if my shipping company would have been able to connect, it would have fucked him up because he had the rights and he would have had to ship it the way out there through my fucking ships.
Yes.
I might have been able to get a win if I'd been able to do that.
You get $5 a pop every time someone uses your ship. So that's
per ship per good.
Yeah,
so
but you
it can
have
really
to ship.
ramp up.
Yeah. I like the little upgrade track that's in there a lot. That's
R&D?
Yep. The research. That's cool. Yeah. Overall, it's a pretty decent game.
Pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it better than Food Chain Magnet.
Yeah. There's more like this is a set board and there can be a little bit randomness where companies start and things like that, but it's not as like brutal for decision making as Food Chain.
No, the main toughness in this one is valuing companies like early on, especially like trying to decide like, do I fight this merger? Like, do I want to win this merger? Do I want to let it go? Like that can be tricky. Or valuing companies because as you bid, you're essentially saying I'm willing to pay X amount per space on there, and how much they're going to make is a somewhat known quantity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The most brutal part about this game can be math.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
I
need to print off and laminate some of the cheat sheets.
How much is this company worth versus how much do I have? And keeping that all secret in your head for your strategy and not being able to ask is kind of.
I made a big mistake at one point where I merged a company and I thought people would bid over it, and so I could have done a minimum bid of like 240, and instead I was like, oh well, this is going to go way up. I'm just going to get this going.
You did like
I said,
360 or something
yeah,
like that.
360, and everybody was like,
Nope.
pass.
And you're like, oh no.
Well, shit, I should have started at 240.
Yeah.
Maybe save myself $100.
Yeah. It's a cool game.
The bidding is like complicated in that math sense, but it needs to be, I guess, in that respect because you always have to be able to split up the the money that you're getting.
Well, and I like that they made it like because especially once you get those, like I said, I need to just print some off. It's just a really simple spreadsheet. And it can make it easy to tell like how much you're valuing each piece at, which can help you do better with your strategy, but it also makes it easy just to be like, what's the next bid going to be? Oh, it's this. Instead of having to sit there and be like, it's this. And I like that they made it a little more complicated because, like you said, that way bids always split evenly.
Yeah.
Because that's how this game kind of works. It's a key part of merging companies, and then the original owners get paid out.
Yeah,
in proportion.
I like that I didn't feel the need to merge at all. Like I never raised my merge over one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just gonna let other people do that. And when people are merging your own company, you're sort of playing with your own money.
Yeah.
Like you're because say you and I have 50% share. If we're bidding and then I end up paying 800, I would get 400 of that back.
Yeah.
So it was always nice to be bidding when it's your own shit at stake because you're going to end up paying a lot less than somebody who's just trying to get the entire thing.
Well, then sometimes like it's nice because you might want to get rid of a company. Like you're like, oh, I'm full on company, so I can't take a new one, but I want to. Well, maybe this merger will happen. I can drive the price up a bit, and then let someone else take my company, and I get paid. And now I've got cash liquid, and I've got an open space for a new company.
Yeah.
I like a lot of what goes on in that game. I love that game. It's like one of my top 5 games. But should come as no shock considering how many times I've mentioned Indonesia in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's not a bad game, and it's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And it's better than Food Chain.
For some people.
But we will see.
I know Paul says he prefers Food Chain.
I
can't pick between them.
yeah.
It's like your favorite child. You can't possibly choose.
Correct.
Okay.
I definitely would not play this game without our group because, like, if someone was like,
it's very dicky.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just like if it's 4 people I've never met, and they're like, "Do you want to join it for a fifth of this?" And I'll be like, "No, 100 times no," because I mainly enjoyed it through the shit talking and stuff, and with people that I know. So.
You know that you can rip away a company from someone and get that real joy inside knowing how much you actually hurt that other person.
It's personal, and that just makes it better.
Yes.
Although this is a game where, like, for most people playing it, like, our group's a little different because of how vindictive we've really become. We weren't always this vindictive. Just having this conversation with someone, and we didn't used to be so mean.
think it's just you're more openly vindictive now.
Yeah.
Well, but so normally when you play this game, like, it's important to tell people, like, do not be attached to your companies. Like, they're going to go away. Just accept that and move on. And that way you don't feel like it's an attack when somebody merges it away from you.
It's like when Megan took away my shipping company in the beginning. I'm like, well, I'm going to fucking get all the shipping now.
This is all mine now.
Yes.
You don't know it yet.
I know, but before the game started, I was like, I want to try mainly just doing shipping, like having a couple of the farms. Companies. But I wanted to mainly do
Goods companies, probably.
Production companies.
Production, that sounds good. I wanted to do a shipping, like a shipping centric one, and I felt like it was I felt like I actually did it decently well, and it was only because I wasn't able to link that little bit that I wasn't able to get that last bit from Paul.
Gotcha.
But I would be interested in trying out a different way next time.
I went Slumlord. It went pretty well.
Yeah. Now I just have to see if I will get bored of the game.
Right.
So
I've didn't play mini games. Aside from Indonesia game night, we also played Harbour, which
From TMG.
Good God, does that game start slow if you play by the like new player rules? It's supposed to be like quick Le Havre, and it might have technically played faster than Le Havre, but good God, it felt longer.
Yeah.
that was a
I want to give it another chance.
That was-
Actually playing with like the unique player roles and like some of the other starting stuff where you start with more money and the cards are different and
Zach is making a jerk off motion.
I'll give it
Yeah.
one more chance, but I'm not holding my breath.
it did not pass the one game master for me.
No, geez.
Yeah.
So there will be no full review.
I mean, if we do that, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt Harbour.
I can't imagine you turning around on the game enough to be like, I want to do a review of this.
No, I do not see that
I
happen.
want to do a review where we just shit on something for an hour.
We'll do.
Munchkin someday.
Ant just got excited.
Oregon Trail.
Oh yeah, we've already shit on that game pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We should do that one time. Just 3 games that are just
Terrible.
We need to accept one of the Kickstarters that sends us an invite to review their really shitty game. Just rip into it.
They're not, all the invites are not shitty.
Not all of them.
Just the
are.
ones that are.
So you
Yeah.
pick one of the ones that clearly are.
Yes.
That have done no look into who we are or how we operate. Mm-hmm. Play on their naivete. They're like, oh, this might be one of those shows that gives everything a positive review.
yeah.
No.
I think the
No, we are
main thing
not.
I didn't like about Harbour was it started with those random buildings, and there were 2 that were like super fuck you. Well, one that was super fuck you,
One
just
was super fuck
just
you.
stealing from everybody, and then it didn't help that Paul was able to buy that building.
Yeah.
And it was at that point, like halfway through the game, I'm like, all right,
It's like everyone's
how can I just get Paul to win this game? So
it ends.
yeah,
Well, and that's where I started being like, all right, well, screw trying to like play with much strategy beyond what's the cheapest buildings I can buy to just quick end this game. Like, I just
Yeah.
want this game to end.
Yeah.
And that's not a good sign for a game.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to be like, God, I want this game to just be over. I don't care if I win.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it another go. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I've heard it's best at 2, and we were playing with 4.
Oh, I could see that.
I
Yeah.
can see it being better
Well,
with two.
we'll try it with 2-player and see if it comes out much better.
All right, you guys do that.
Otherwise, on vacation, I played a game that I haven't played in forever. And it was one of those, like, it came out and I was like, oh shit, I remember this from like way back in the day. It's called Mille Born, which is French for like 1,000 miles. And it's a card racing game. And I remembered it being awesome. And I was like, oh hell yeah, I want to play this again. Well, it turns out the games that I played like a decade ago that I thought were awesome then might not be so awesome now. It's still pretty good. It wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't nearly as fun as I remembered. It was much more swingy based on like what cards you drew, whether you could actually do anything.
So cribbage.
Yeah. And it was another game where as an older game, like a decade-old game, the people I was playing with at this reunion, they're like, oh yeah, here's how we play it. And I was like scanning the rules, and I was like, you don't play by the rules at all.
We don't play by the rules.
Most all of them made, like all the house rules they did, like just kind of made the game worse.
Like
And it was
Monopoly.
Yeah, and so it was like I don't feel like I can be like, no, guy, like, because I don't want to come across like a rules lawyer. These aren't the rules. We have to play by the rules.
You really should.
But at the same time,
You should ruin everyone's
game
night.
You've
by
got the glasses.
rules.
You can just be like,
Sir, in Telestrations, it says you get points based on other objectives.
Yeah.
But then 9/11 doesn't happen.
I would just
so-
want to slap anybody that said that to me.
So
No explanation, just a slap.
Yeah.
And then silence.
You know what you did.
and then I played a quick game of Seven Wonders, which I hadn't played Seven Wonders in a long time, and I actually still kind of like Seven Wonders.
How
Because
many
it's
people?
a good
Four
game.
people.
See, that's the solid question because I like Seven Wonders. I will not play with 3, and I'll not play with 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4 it played pretty well still. And it played quick. The nice thing is everybody knew it well enough. There's a little bit of like a rehash at the beginning where it was like, wait, what exactly? And then
Orange.
once we got rolling, like, you know, we blasted through it in probably 30, 45 minutes. Like,
Blast.
It can play really quick, which is nice.
Seven Wonders Duel, still better, but understandable.
I'd agree with that.
Cool. Right on. Well, I think that covers pretty much everything we've been playing,
Indeed.
except for Bloody Minute segments back. But this
Yes.
time featuring Ant's Bloody Minute, not Jeff's.
He needs to take the
I'm
wheel.
so excited. I'm not quite sure.
Jeff can go to hell.
So, all right. So we're just going to talk about I guess I'll limit myself to only one of the games I played this week.
Please do.
Well, it depends on how in depth you go on the games.
No, I think one's good because I'd rather pre-game our Bloody Minute here. Mm-hmm. But I would also like to say that this is maybe the episode where you guys should start thinking about a nice Bloody Minute little sound blip that you should play.
Okay.
That's not a Bloody Minute sound blip.
No, not at all.
We're just going to use that from now on.
So
Get some harps in there. Dude.
Yes.
before we even begin the Bloody Minute, I would like to say that the Blood Bowl 2 campaign is full of utter bullshit.
Yes.
But that's what's awesome about Blood Bowl.
Yes.
Because when you actually think about Blood Bowl, it is a game of crazy bullshit that happens. And, you know, a lot of the times people play this game and they think, oh, there's too much randomness. And like I've tried to like say a bunch of times that it's all about risk management. But the fact that crazy shit can happen is what fucking makes it great.
I made a long bomb pass picked up a ball in 3 tackle zones, dodged out, threw a long bomb pass across an interception. Griff caught it and ran for the touchdown. And I was at my desk chair at my computer going, fuck yeah!
And your opponent was going, son of a bitch.
It was the AI. It didn't matter. But I made all those fucking rolls, and that was what was awesome.
So on that note, I'm actually going to talk about 2 games. One of them slightly briefly because I do run the Reddit Fumble League. So Fumble is the other version, the free version that's very 8-bit. But we are in
Pixely,
yeah. We are starting the final championship match for season 5 on Monday, which I am waiting to see who I play against. Mm-hmm. But the quarterfinal match, I played against a dude who only had played 4 times ever. And he was in the quarterfinal match. I had my team value was double his.
which is insane.
And
so what is your team value?
2 million.
And his was
1 million.
fuck.
So this was a game where
You start at 1 million, by the way.
So I was saying that I am going to beat him 5-0. We played that game. He took me to overtime.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It was 2-2 in overtime.
You don't tie.
Yeah,
these.
you can't tie in playoffs. So this guy pulls some crazy fucking bullshit, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time, which is awesome.
And you can watch a replay of this.
You can watch a replay, yes.
Yep.
He rolled some crazy bullshits, which was much funnier.
We might link that just so I can watch it.
So anyway, my kill season where that was round 6. So round 7 will be against Jeff's team, but my round 6 was against the pumpkin. What are they called?
Dance Squad.
Pumpkin Dance Squad. So I have the Fraggle Rock Tunnelers. So that was when Adrian talked about me giggling hysterically during our snowboard season of playing. On Saturday mornings, I wake up before everyone else, and I would play Blood Bowl and watch Fraggle Rock and drink beer at 6 in the morning until
It's
people woke
snowboarding.
up.
It's fine.
So this is based off of the old show Fraggle Rock. All of my characters are based off of them. The Fraggles are my dwarfs.
This is a
dozers.
Chaos Dwarf team.
Chaos Dwarf team.
Yep.
So my dozers are my hobgoblins, and then the Gorgs are my bull centaurs and minotaur. So we played a game. It was no inducements. We had a pretty similar TV value. I was kind of hoping for a win, expecting a tie, and I kicked to him on the first half. Very first thing he did, well, first of all, I kicked it all the way to the end zone. Very first thing he did is ran to it and tried to pass it for a 4+, and I don't know why he did that. And to myself, I thought...
Wait, he moved nothing except to move to the ball.
Moved nothing except move to the ball and threw it and missed. And I was like, okay, well...
Was it a fumble or was it like a inaccurate?
It was inaccurate.
Okay.
So he just couldn't get the ball to his receivers, which I have no idea why he did that, but I definitely took advantage of that. There was a couple injured war dancers very quickly.
Ooh, that's what I like.
So yeah, I'm a team that's very good at punching you in the face, and he's a team that's really good at running away, and he forgot to run away. He got real excited about the ball, and it went poorly for him.
Yeah, your entire team has tackle, which denies his dodge.
Sure, but on a unskilled wood elf team, there's only 2 important dodgers. So for the most part, his linemen don't have it anyway.
Yeah.
And he only had 1 reroll.
Well, and they'll be dodging on a... He only has 1 reroll?
He only has, well, you're wood elves.
Yeah.
You don't get many rerolls if you want to have a good team.
But it's still a dodge away on a 2+. And
Sure.
no tackle zones.
When everything you need to do is a 2+, you don't need that many rerolls.
No.
So yeah, that went poorly for him on the first half, but he still has crazy elfy bullshit.
Yes.
Like I just started bashing him in the face, and he's like, okay, well, I guess that was a poor choice. I'm going to keep doing elfy bullshit. And he ran a catcher down the sidelines, was on the sidelines, and he was one square away on the sidelines. So I charged him with my bull centaurs, knocked him into the sidelines, couldn't knock him over. And I had him surrounded by 4 people, and I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. So he ran a catcher down the other sideline. And he's like, oh, I have nerves of steel, which does not, it ignores tackle zones. So he threw the ball on a 3+, and I had all of my guys surrounding his one dude on the sidelines, and he caught it.
Yeah.
I knocked that one guy out, chased him down, managed to knock the ball free again, and elfy bullshit happened, and he scored on turn 5. But
Of the first half?
First half, yeah.
Fuck.
So unfortunately for him, I set up as I knew you cannot beat wood elves if you do not at least tie them on their half. So if you kick to them, they'll no matter what, you're almost never going to keep them from scoring.
You had to score in the first half.
I had to score in the first half. I cannot score twice in the second half.
Yep.
Especially when I have to kick to them once.
Especially not with dwarves.
Not with dwarves. But the bull centaurs, fortunately for me, run very quickly.
Yeah.
He underestimated how quickly they run, so I caught it deep. He actually kicked it on my end zone line as well. I had to do 11 go for it's, I think, in 4 turns because they have sprint. And I managed to tie it up. Second half, I knew the way that he was playing, I knew I can bait him into some mistakes. So I caged up in my half, maybe about 3 or 4 squares off the line of scrimmage. And I had a very solid cage. I have lots of guard. I was very strong. So he basically had to surround me and start prodding for weaknesses like a Velociraptor. And it did not work out for him.
No, they did not break out of the cage.
So speaking of other crazy bullshit that we both laughed about hysterically, with that much guard, when you jump into a cage, you have to roll 3 die, and I pick.
So he did a 3 die uphill?
3 die uphill with his war dancer.
That's double strength +1
he rolled
against you.
He rolled triple push, so it actually worked out okay.
Oh, wow.
Then I killed him.
And you murdered him.
I knocked him down to the ground, hurt him. I managed to run away. Those wood elves are so quick that they caught me. I was a couple squares off the end zone, and I was trying to stall it out because I knew that he had the ability to score.
He can do did he have a 1 turn? Does he have a 1 turn?
With a push.
With a push. Okay.
I don't think anyone else in our league is
1 turn touchdown.
Is adequate.
Yeah.
To make that happen. But he also went for a 3 die uphill again with a catcher, and that guy killed himself. He tried to punch a bull centaur, and the bull centaur said no thank you and killed him. Dead.
Wow.
He apothecaried, dead.
Dead,
reroll dead.
That is a 6 reroll 6, by the way.
So and then I won 2-1.
2-1.
And then their next upcoming match, which actually this season you were doing much better than I was.
I was.
And I caught up.
Yep. Because I was getting like 3 star player points a game, which is brutal for orcs who need to be getting like 3 or 4 casualties a game, and I was not getting them.
I was.
Yeah. So we have it's Ant and I, the War Bosses, and the Frag Rock Tunnelers, our next game. The winner of this game will go to the playoffs. If we draw, neither of us are in the playoffs unless...
If the Wood Elves win their last match and we draw, they will pass us by 2 points.
Yeah.
Currently, I am 2 points above you. I have 19 points for the season. You have 17. So if either of us win, we make it to playoffs.
Yep.
If we tie, we need to hope that he loses.
Yes. And then
I would make it to playoffs.
Yeah, so I'm fucked if I tie.
Yeah.
So I have to win.
You have to win. And currently, I am above you on team value.
Yeah. 200K inducements in this next game. Unless how much is a troll again?
I think he's 130.
30?
So I don't know if you have. Oh, you actually have 130.
Do I buy a troll?
No, he's 110. He's 110.
110. I definitely have enough to buy a troll.
And I have enough to kill him.
Oh, you do so much. I have enough to kill him.
So yeah, that is the question.
Do I buy a troll or do I get 200K in inducements and buy someone carrying a chainsaw to try and do as much damage as possible before getting ruined? Yeah. It's going to be a tough game. But if history repeats, I will destroy Ant 4-0 and be his worst loss that he's ever had.
True.
Yep.
Against my Norse as well.
Which he is the number 4 ranked player in America, by the way.
I'm shooting for number 1.
Yeah.
The ironic part was the guy that went to a World Cup on my team, he is number 1. And I told him that when we were there, and he's like, you know what? Go for it. Let's see.
Nice.
So that's a bloody couple minutes.
Right on. Well, before we move on to news and Kickstarters, I just want to let everybody know that we will be announcing the Gloomhaven giveaway winner on this episode. We just, got to draw that suspense out. Get you listen to the whole show.
40 minutes in, we've talked about it.
Yes.
What we really need to do is just no timestamp of when it happens in the actual episode description.
The show notes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just good luck. Find it.
Yep. And then when we record it, I will just cut it in intermittently somewhere.
Just randomly edit it into a spot.
Before you finish the Bloody Minute, I would like to say you guys have actually helped me in Blood Bowl because
Yes.
I have a new player because of you guys.
Oh, really?
I asked him how he heard about me. He joined our Blood Bowl league, and I was like, "Oh, how'd you heard about us?" He's like, "I listened to the Mile Game guys, and the Bloody Minute got me interested."
Fuck yeah.
So,
Good job, Jeff.
Yeah,
Paul
good job,
Tucker,
Jeff.
I teach him next week, and I hope he gets really addicted and spends a lot of money and buys a lot of teams and joins everything.
It's like drugs.
But more expensive.
He was telling me, he was like,
Not wrong.
I have 3 teams. I hope you don't mind that I'm paying. I was like, oh, it's okay. I have 23. If you want to use anything, just let me know.
How many teams exist, by the way?
24.
Okay.
What's the
What
one you're
team
missing?
are you missing?
The Amazons, because I haven't found a good one I like.
Gotcha.
Fair.
Yeah. So thanks, Ant, for taking over the Bloody Minute for Jeff, who hasn't been playing nearly enough Blood Bowl, it seems.
Bye weeks happen.
Slacker.
Yeah, whatever.
And then I played David really early.
Now, you have an upcoming tournament, right? That
The
you may-
Barrel Bowl.
Barrel Bowl.
Do a Barrel Bowl. That's kind of why.
Please
That's
tell me you're
definitely-
doing this.
I
at Barrel.
approve.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
It's officially sanctioned now. Good job.
Yeah.
So the Barrel Bowl will be on August 5th at 9:30 a.m. at Barrel Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado. And you can find more information on Facebook at our group, the Denver Kill, K-I-L, Kill, as well as on the NAF, because we are sanctioned.
We are a sanctioned tournament and league.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Yes. You don't have to be playing in our league or anything like that. This is totally open, fresh teams, fresh tournament, nothing fancy except maybe the Jeffy might make an appearance.
The Jeffy will be there.
Yeah.
So there is a trophy for the Jeffy. Mm-hmm. And also the last tournament that we had the winner had only ever played 4 games ever.
That's right.
That was Paul.
That
That was Paul.
Fucking
Son of a
Paul.
bitch wins everything.
We had
Yeah.
multiple people who did not know how to play, and that's cool, man, because I'm going to be playing a real shitty team, and I'll be down there at the bottom table with you.
Yeah. So come check it out. Zach and I will be there. We probably won't be playing. We'll probably just be drinking and carrying on.
There's some fine beers at Barrel.
They
That is
are
very true.
one of our favorite breweries. So, all right. Well, be sure and check that out. When is that again, Ant?
It's August 5th, and if you want more info, you can email me at denverbloodbowl@gmail.com.
Perfect. All right. I think that wraps up Blood Bowl and Bloody Minute stuff, and we're ready to move on.
Never ending Blood Bowl.
Never ending Blood Bowl.
On to news and Kickstarters, starting with news. Top of the news is Catan, Game of Thrones, Brotherhood of the Watch.
Isn't it Game of Thrones, Catan? Or is it Catan?
You know what?
It's a Game of Thrones Catan, Brotherhood of the Watch.
Westeros meets Catan in a Game of Thrones Catan, Brotherhood of the Watch.
Is the title of the article on BGG. The game is called A Game of Thrones, A Game of Thrones Catan, Brotherhood of the Watch. That's what it's called.
He still quoted it.
Yes.
Didn't you hear the quotes?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's your fault.
Wow. Fair enough.
This looks to be a much expanded, very far outside of regular Catan version.
I disagree, but continue.
There's like north of the wall boards, which are outside of the regular hexes. There's rolls that seem to be something out of Star Trek Catan. You are the Night's Watch, and you are, I assume, exploiting the gift.
Yeah.
With this game?
So you basically, it sounds like you're going to play with a normal Catan board made up of tiles from the gift, only instead of a desert, they're going to be frost tiles.
Makes sense.
North of the wall, like they're going to have a board for it that like tracks the wildlings progression, but I get the feeling that's a lot like the barbarians in Cities and Knights. And so you send people to the wall to guard against the incoming barbarian horde, just like you build knights in Cities and Knights. It sounds, reading through this, like I have every Catan expansion. Well, Megan does, because her dad gets a one-track mind and heard she liked Catan. So, oh God, she got everything Catan.
You get everything.
But I haven't played most of it. But what I have played and what I do know about, like a lot of this seems like they're taking a bunch of different Catan things from a bunch of different expansions and finding a way to fit them into this new theme of Game of Thrones.
Could be interesting.
I would be significantly more interested if it weren't for the fact that this thing has an MSRP of like $90.
Which is insane.
That is substantial.
I mean, unless it has
For
like, this is
fancy
Catan.
Catan.
This is Catan with like, 3 expansions thrown in it, but
How much would the Catan cost if you had those 3 expansions?
like probably
Probably a lot
$150 to
So,
$200.
it's not far fetched, but I would also not pay $90 for that.
But there will be demos at Gencon this year, so we can maybe give it a try and
I will
see what we
definitely
think.
check it out at Gen Con.
Will they have a giant version of it?
Probably not.
Well,
And what's the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
They might, though. Who knows?
I would say that, like, so if you're retheming the Catan, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be direct correlation, but like I was thinking, is the Star Wars Risk is nothing like Risk.
Right.
So it's a possibility that they're taking it away.
There's multiple Star Wars Risk. There's the new one that's like available.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That one's basically
the poor man's Queen's
Yes,
Gambit.
exactly.
Which that one, the older one was also a very different one where you could play like, I think you could play like 2, 3, 4, or 6. I don't think you could play 5 because
no
old version,
player.
the old version of Star Wars Risk. I'm trying to remember. 'Cause
no
I had
5
I
players.
had it when I was a kid because there's 3 factions. There's the rebels, there's the Empire, and there's the like
Scum and villainy.
mercenaries.
Yeah.
There's scum and villainy. And like the Empire had a freaking Death Star that they could blow up entire zones and it would be removed from the game.
Yeah,
But then no 5 player.
No 5 player.
I think. I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
Someone
But
will correct you.
I had it and it was fantastic and I loved playing it with my brothers. And then we moved away from the house and my mom went on the kids are gone cleaning spree, and it was
There went all my
it was
magic
the
cards.
only board game that I really wish I had from when I was a kid, and it is gone. It's like hundreds of dollars on eBay now. It's like fuck.
Womp womp.
Anyhow,
So if they took this game and took key elements, but then had a different feel of playing Catan, I could see why it'd be interesting for sure.
yeah. I mean, it sounds good. I don't know if it sounds $90 good. I'll let you guys know after I play test the hell out of it at Gen Con.
After you wait in line for hours to not get a chance to play it.
I got a press badge. I'm sure I can use that somehow.
You get to go talk to people who played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fine. If that's, then whatever. Anyway, next news.
We will see. Next up on news, Onirim app got some expansions, and Seven Wonders app is out of beta.
It's going into
beta.
They technically went into beta in 2015, and then they just scrapped the entire thing.
And just be like, meh.
Yep. So 2016 they started a new one, and now it's back.
Okay.
It's in new beta.
I could play myself some Seven Wonders.
See, I don't know if I would like Seven Wonders as an app.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, because
It goes fast.
If it went fast, I'd be down.
Yeah.
But I don't know how fast it would go compared to just a game of Seven
Right.
Wonders.
I mean, how are you going to go much faster? You're going to have to play with someone. You have to play with other people, correct? Or is
Right.
it? Or are you saying you're playing against a computer?
In
Or
which
you have to
case, I'm
play
not
AI?
interested.
Yeah, I don't want to play against an AI. So I
Not
have to
for
play
Seven
against. I have
Wonders.
to play against other people, and no one's going to look at their phone at the same time to have 4 players.
Yeah.
So it's going to take longer.
Yeah, there's other games that I think work well for like a longer asynchronous play over an app. I don't see Seven Wonders being that game. I don't know.
Yep.
Anything about these Onirim expansions? I rage uninstalled Onirim a long time ago.
So a little while ago, they
hate that game.
When it first came out, they weren't sure if they were going to add. Like they said, they had quote unquote. They said they had no plans for expansions, but we'll see what if it's popular or not. But
Apparently, it's popular.
yeah. So they released one for free as long as you made an Asmodee account online, and then this next one is just 99 cents, and the game is still free as of right now.
Okay.
It basically just adds more different types of cards, but it can make it harder than it. So this one added dead end cards, which are just cards that just clog up your hand until you discard your entire hand to get rid of them.
That sounds like something I'll enjoy.
Yeah. But then there's also these. Basically, they're multicolored cards that they can be used as a wild for any of the things. But it also added scoring for it and for when you're playing.
Okay.
And then there's a leaderboard. And at one point, I was number 5.
All time.
All time number 5. I'm down to 18, but I was at 5. And then I was playing with my friend when I was in Louisville, and I convinced him to get it, and he really liked the game. And he did one game, and he had like 36,000 was his score. So I was like, oh shit. That's the only reason I want to even talk about this is to say that at one point I was 5.
I mean, you're still top 20, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You've got a screenshot saying you were top 5.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
I was showing my friend on his. I was like, oh, look what he scored, and I saw on his screen it goes to the top 5. I was like, oh shit, there's my name right there.
Oh fuck! I had no idea. I had no idea I was this good at this game. Oh! I had no idea I was number 5.
Here's the thing: is that
off, Zach.
I'm not really even sure. I'm not quite sure how the scoring system works because one time I got 9,800 and whatever, and every other time I've gotten like 5,000 or 6,000. I'm like, how the fuck did I get that much?
Well,
It's like pinball scoring. Sometimes you just don't know. Yeah.
how many zeros can you add onto the end of that score? That's the real question.
Yep.
All right, so that's app news.
App news. Next up, Plan B buys that
Eggertspiele.
Eggertspiele.
I don't know why I do. I can't help it. I can't.
I just want to hear Jeff pronounce things. Okay.
Jeff say that word.
Asmodee.
Eggertspiele?
Damn it! Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, Plan B Games is the game company that was formed by the former owner of F2Z after Asmodee bought them out, which explains the name. Like, this is Plan B. So Plan B apparently learned from their buyout and were like, hey, it's better to buy out than be bought out. And so they bought Eggertspiele, which is a European publisher.
They did the English edition of Great Western Trail.
The
No, European. They,
European English?
Yes.
Okay.
Stronghold is the U.S. North America publisher for Great Western Trail. I'm pretty sure Eggertspiele is the European publisher, which means they've published it in probably more than just European English.
I think their name would be in English if they were primarily focusing on English publishing.
Correct.
Just saying. There's
It-
parentheses there.
It says French language editions.
And English.
No, historically, they have had strategic partnerships with Gigamic French language editions and Stronghold Games, who does their English language editions.
Their English language editions.
But they've also done Animals on Board and a bunch of others.
You really need to start reading things all the way, Jeff, before making assumptions.
This would help
did.
with a lot of things.
I just assumed it was English editions.
Because you didn't read it all. But yes, so Plan B Games has purchased Eggertspiele. So we will see how that goes, especially since Plan B does a lot of North American distribution that might affect that partnership with Stronghold. We'll see. Pete Eggert will continue on with the company for 3 more years with Eggertspiele, doing game development and stuff. And no word on the continuation of strategic partnerships.
Okay. News to come.
News to come.
Yep.
Next up.
Next up, Gencon 4-day passes have completely sold out.
First time ever.
Ever.
Which is nuts. It's funny. So I'm like in a Gencon group, Gencon indie group on Facebook, which they like tried to get like little ribbons made and buttons that like Gencon shit on. They're like, no, you're not an official group. We're not going to let you make a ribbon. So like their ribbon has to say like unofficial Facebook group Gencon Indie, and like they want people to buy them, and I'm like, no, definitely not. However, since these badges sold out, there's been a huge amount of posts that are like, oh, this is bullshit. Like 1-day passes are so much. And it's like, you've had months to buy your 4-day pass. I have a hard time summoning sympathy.
Yeah, we have tried to talk to our friends to be like, do it,
dude.
You need
They're
do
about
it
to
now.
sell out. Like this wasn't. They put out a press release weeks ago that was like, hey, we're close to selling out. Like
We even talked about it on
we
this very
talked about it
show.
on this show. Like, so this was coming. We all saw it coming.
Yep.
In case you still want to go and you don't have a 4-day pass, buy your 1-day pass because those are near selling out too.
Saturday is almost gone.
I kept bitching at my friend every couple days, and then when I went to go visit him, I'm like, fucking get your ticket now, because Saturday's selling out. If you don't fucking go, I'm gonna be pissed.
Did he buy it?
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
All right,
Good.
success. I've also heard that they're like limiting a little harder. It's the first time it's ever been limited. You've always been able to buy 4-day passes at all times, all the way to the very day of the convention.
This is record. This is gonna be record attendance. It's
Yeah.
Gen
So
Con 50.
even if they didn't limit it, they still had capacity for it.
Yeah.
Which supposedly in some of the groups I'm in, like people are saying that, they're nowhere near fire code or anything like that. So it's an artificial limit. But I mean, considering how packed Gen
But
Con
fire
was
code
last
and
year.
capacity to manage the people is very different.
Very different. And they also put out a press release. The hallways at Gen Con are technically common, like public spaces.
Yeah, think about it last year.
They can't regulate that.
no,
So like
you don't even have to have a badge to go in there.
into the hallways,
At all.
yeah. And so like that's part of this limiting where they are is they're like, all right, the hallways are going to be nuts.
As they are at all times.
I mean, think about last year. So last year we played Pendepic in the hallway.
Yeah.
And when we went there, we went with my friend from Sun King, and he came and watched us for a little while, and
Yeah.
played in parentheses.
After hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guerrilla style.
But I saw a ton of people that were walking around just checking it out that didn't have passes as well.
Well, I mean, most of the convention, my badge is in my pocket.
Sure.
Like, I don't
but
wear
you
my
walk
badge.
through the door, you needed to show
Yeah,
it.
you show
but
it. And
To the
it's
expo
not
hall or
gonna-
the open gaming area.
Just
Yes.
because they sold out and the hallway is not policed in a badge sense, like it's not going to be any different. It's just going to be people walking around, people checking it out. But how long
Just
are you going to
more.
stay? Yeah.
It's like, I don't have a badge, but I want to play Ultimate Werewolf at 2 a.m.
well, then you have to somehow get a ticket.
No.
No, there's just people that play it.
Yeah,
The people, there's people in
Yeah.
those hallways.
You can make that happen.
Especially at 2 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
no
mean,
one cares.
when we do Guerrilla Pandemic, we weren't taking tickets.
No. We should have. $6, please.
$2.
Is that only $2?
Yeah, generic
Well, they need
tickets are only
3 generic tickets, clearly, to play Pandepic.
Oh, well, there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you're interested in going to Gen Con, you are now
Limited.
You could buy single day tickets for all 4 days.
Go Sundays.
But they
It's
have
cheap.
stopped doing the 4-day deal.
You can get
for
family
tickets.
family fun tickets on Sunday for like $45.
Yeah.
And you get like 4 tickets.
Yep.
Yep. Pandepic, which we have been alluding to.
We've talked about before. It's approved. Mm-hmm. It is also completely sold out. Right?
For Thursday.
Just for Thursday?
Yeah. Saturday is still in the approval process, technically.
Ah.
We're managing the time slots. But there will be Pendepic on Thursday night and Saturday night. And it's outside of the
Just outside of the vendor hall.
vendor hall.
Yeah.
Yep. Right in that hallway between the like open gaming hall and the vendor hall.
And we'll be both days will be starting at 7 p.m. and we'll go until I get too drunk to do anything.
Which is
There might be some
Oh,
flasks
night.
of whiskey getting passed around.
there's going to be a cooler of beer sitting adjacent to Pandemic.
There might be some board games getting played on the ground next to it.
Stephen Monacore, if you are listening and you want another beer,
We will
by.
we will give you a beer.
One beer. It's going to be a low
Rationing
fill.
them.
and you better be dressed as a monk.
For some reason.
But so for officially the Thursday events, they are ticketed events and they are sold out, but we will continue throughout the night until we give up. And then Saturday, I'm trying to keep it generic tickets so that way first come, first serve gets to play.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not officially approved, but we have the slot for it.
Okay.
It's just the technical website posting is what we're trying to negotiate right now.
Okay.
So he wants to make sure. I originally had put it for a 4-hour slot of generic tickets, and he's like, you can't do it like that. You need to make sure you split it up into individual games. And the reason I put it for a 4-hour slot so we can get the most games we can without people that are there watching not able to play because somebody reserved without showing up.
Yeah.
So
Which
that's
happens
what, yeah.
a lot.
Although, I mean,
Gencon.
technically, like, I think as long as if the person's not there at the time slot mentioned, then
Yes.
they're fucked.
So the Saturday sessions are going to be posted as 1-hour sessions, to the best of my knowledge, and we're going to try to keep it as open as we can, and we'll play as late as we can.
Yep.
Okay.
I will be in a hot hazard suit the whole time.
Are you gonna get a new one, or are you just gonna keep that
We're
one
gonna
going?
keep the.
No, we'll get a new one.
Okay.
Because we're bringing it to Rack House this week, and we're going to repaint it,
Yep.
or
That's
at least
good.
add some colors to it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to touch
And then
it
we'll
up.
get a new suit, and then maybe put a little computer fan in there, some vintage.
Nah.
and maybe not rip the crotch area.
No, that's
again.
where the computer fan goes.
Yeah. it was a painting cover
Yeah, painting
suit.
overalls.
Yeah.
Things. So, all right. Well, that's our Gen Con news.
Indeed.
Is there any other news, Jeff?
There are some quick ones. That Mountains of Madness game that we talked about months ago at this point at announcement got a lot more details in it on Board Game Geek. It's at the top of the hotness right now. There's not a lot of details of how it plays. It certainly looks a lot more, I don't know.
It looked more abstracted than I was expecting it.
But the board is there and like player boards and stuff like that. So take a look. Not Stephen Bonacore.
Rob
Davro designed game.
Get it together, Jeff.
Yeah. Fuck me for saying that name that we said like 5 times.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks interesting. I am very interested in this game. Hopefully it might show up at Gen Con, maybe. So we'll see. Last on the news,
Going back to apps briefly.
back to apps. First Martians app is out and available for download, even though no one has the game yet except some lucky few previewers. You can download the app and take a look.
And then the app immediately says, "Don't look at this."
Don't look, spoilers.
Although I think it's funny. It says, do not explore the app if you do not intend to actually play. Which if you don't play, why do you care about spoilers?
I don't know.
I'd say if you are going to play, that's when you shouldn't look too far ahead.
I suppose.
You can go a couple screens in and get a look at the board, the initial setup and stuff. But yeah,
I've got it downloaded, prepared for my pre-order to come in later this month,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. I'm waiting on mine any minute.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fingers crossed.
For sure.
Some lucky few previewers have gotten it already, and fuck those people. That's it for news. News is done.
On to Kickstarters.
Lots of good news,
On to Kickstarters.
but it's over now.
It is over.
Now it's Kickstarters. First up,
It's
on
what?
It's what?
It's what?
It's Kickstarters.
Oh, okay.
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 First
Didn't
up-
realize that it was that.
Okay, good. Now we've caught Zach up. First,
Wait, I'm lost again now. Yeah.
I was trying not to laugh too much.
First up on Kickstarters is Casual Game Insider Board Game Magazine Year 6. This one is at least tripled its goal, 36,000 of its 10K goal, over 300 backers, and you can pledge to this one for a mere $12 for a digital subscription and $20 for a digital and print subscription.
So this is a quarterly magazine, which I didn't know existed. Despite
4
this
times a
being
year.
year 6.
World of Warcraft did a quarterly magazine for a very short period of time.
Was it a quarter?
It was 5 quarters, in fact.
But no, so Casual Games Insider, they kind of look at, as the name says, casual games. So they don't get too into like the heavier side or even like, and that's not just the heavier side as I see it, where they're heavy Euros. It sounds like they don't get too much into even heavy like thematic games. Like they're not going to be doing much on like Twilight Imperium.
They're keeping it casual. They don't want to make a commitment.
Right.
They want to keep their options open.
Correct.
Fair.
Yeah.
They've produced 20 episodes so far, though, which
I don't know if you call them episodes so much as maybe issues.
Issues. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I was about to say, like, they said episodes, and I look over and it says issues. They define casual games as relatively easy to learn, quick to play games. Their covers, I think, do look pretty awesome. I mean, seems like a pretty legit magazine, albeit quarterly.
Quarterly magazines I've always been super interested in because they can really put a lot of effort into...
Yeah, they don't have to put fluff in just to fill out
Yeah.
a monthly thing.
You get some cool stuff usually in these quarterly magazines.
Apparently, they're partnered up a little bit with Barnes & Noble and BAM, Books A Million. And yeah, they're all over BGG and a bunch of game stores and stuff like that. So I'm glad to kind of know about them. I'm interested in checking them out. You know, I'm not super into casual games. I've fully fallen into the deep end of things, but
Oh, have you?
shocker, I know,
But
to our listeners.
Casual games, they also have like a cover story of Tiny Epic Galaxies and Heroes of Land, Sea, and Air. So there's only so casual this magazine can get.
Yeah.
You can also catch up for every issue they've ever had for only a pledge of $50, which is another 20 back issues on top of the new year.
Yeah, so that's for the all 20 back issues PDF and the digital subscription.
Yes.
If you want to do print, you got to jump up to 60, and that's only print for going forward.
Yes.
They're not printing out old editions.
I just get all the back issues.
Just to make that clear.
Yes.
They've got like 5 in a dusty corner, and they're like, all right.
You don't want to know how many White Dwarf issues I have, God damn it.
How many White Dwarf issues do you have? God damn it.
Too many old ones. Because I'll go to auctions and be like, oh, issues like, I don't know, 70 through 179. Oh, that's only $50. I'll pay that. I have a lot of old magazines for wargaming miniatures.
I have one old magazine from Electronic Gaming Monthly. And it's
EGM?
It's they talked about Unreal Tournament, and then they reviewed Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
This is the first one I ever got, and I'm like, I'm keeping this.
I want to say that was probably a 9.4 from EGM.
I think it was like 10, 10, 9.
It's probably a 10. Yeah. But Casual Game Insider, maybe they have reviews. I don't know.
Yes, they do reviews.
Yes, of course they do. It'd be madness not to have reviews.
Madness, I tell you.
Next up, Entrenched, the trench run terrain for Xwing miniatures.
Unofficial.
Yes.
Unofficial.
They don't really state anywhere, but you can just kind of look through and be like, yeah, this is solidly unofficial.
This one,
It's Fantasy
This
Flight.
is 100% lawsuit waiting to happen.
they have funded 5.5K of their 5K goal. This one's got a whole 34 backers and around 3 weeks left to go. You can get a pledge on this one for about, I didn't write it down because I'm an idiot.
Well, and their names don't help.
It's the Trust Your Feelings, the $300 one gets you that like the medium-ish one, and then the 500 gets you the big one.
This one runs you a pledge of about $300 to $500 for some kick-ass trench run terrain.
So if you care about the trench run terrain, it's going to cost you that much. You can get significantly cheaper if you only want some of like their special turrets and the dice cups or shit that doesn't matter.
In a game where it takes place in the middle of outer space, where are these turrets coming from?
Right. Like,
I mean,
You put them on the asteroid. That's fine.
asteroid field turrets.
or so you
And then you just roll to see if the turret happens to be rotating in a way that it can actually hit anybody, if it's just hidden away.
Spiraling into space. Every time it shoots, it just spins.
Or you use some shitty cardboard and some silver paint to make a Death Star trench run and plug your little turret minis that you bought on there.
To be fair,
Do it in styrofoam.
this terrain looks really awesome.
It does.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It is all magnetized.
The biggest one is 48 inches by 50 inches.
The timer looks like that, like red and green Death Star, like coming around the planet, trying to blow up Yavin 4's moon.
Yep.
That looks super cool.
I think that's my favorite thing out of all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And the
I feel like if you have a 48-inch table to play a trench run on, the trench should be deeper. Because with all the stands for the X-Wings, I feel like they wouldn't even be in the trench.
No,
Well-
you're not wrong there. I can definitely agree with that.
true, but everything
look at
is
the pictures.
elevated.
They sit with the stands. They sit down in the trench. Not very much, but they do.
yeah.
It could be deeper.
It could be deeper.
The trench could be deeper, but I mean, it's still a lot of work and effort that seems to be actually looking pretty cool. There's also a turbo laser dice tower, which looks pretty cool.
And some lightsaber hilt dice cups.
Yes. It's an interesting amount of stuff they have done for that. Like, they spared no expense in like actually getting this
I like how
Kickstarter
they're
up and
the
running.
terrain collapses and soars in a compact space, 17 inches by 14 inches by 11 inches. So roughly a 3-foot cube.
Roughly, yes. Yeah, it's. I mean, if I played Xwing more, this would be super cool to have.
Yeah, I just don't play Xwing.
Yeah,
I mean, the nice thing is you really don't have to paint it.
No,
you might do an ink wash on there or something, but otherwise, it's pretty cool.
And how would you go about painting a 48-inch by 50-inch?
That actually
Trench
wouldn't
run
be
board.
too hard.
Just a big carpenter's brush.
Sure.
Take a pint glass and put a lot of black ink in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not worth it.
It's a lot of surface. Like, go to like a Hobby Lobby and get like one of those pint things of black acrylic.
I mean, the first thing I think of when you ask that question is the coloring book of the stormtroopers and Darth Vader. You're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna put a couple dots.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, Entrenched trench run terrain for Xwing miniatures.
Correct.
Looks super cool. If you love Xwing,
And assuming it stands up to the inevitable cease and desist
Yeah.
from Fantasy Flight.
I mean, even the dice cups to me even are too lackluster.
Yeah, those could be a little bit
They
better.
don't
dice
even
cups are
look like
pretty
lightsaber
generic.
handles.
No.
they're pretty close, but they're not amazing.
No.
They look a little derpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The turbo laser dice tower, however, actually looks pretty cool.
All right. Anyhow, on to the next Kickstarter.
Star Realms Frontiers, some of our favorite games from the wonderful people at White Wizard, will start up their new Kickstarter for a 1 to 4 player standalone version that will include 9 expansions to Star Realms. That's you
a
need 2
lot of
hands, Zach.
expansions.
Yes, 2 hands to count that many
that's a lot.
expansions. It will launch in mere hours. I will absolutely be funding at the maximum possible level to get all of the new stuff for sure. But it's going to be 1 to 4 players. It's going to be in a bigger box. It looks
That's
interesting.
good.
Yeah. And more multi-faction cards and all of that fun stuff.
Do you think they'll add anything like Hero Realms class type stuff?
I doubt they won't because those, or I doubt they will.
Okay.
Yes.
You said it right the first time.
I did, but Zach had a confused look on his face.
I was like, I doubt. And I heard, and you're like, I'm doubting. I'm like, oh, and you're like, they won't. And I was like, okay.
They will not never at it.
The class packs did, I think, so well for
They
that
did.
sales wise that it would be weird to not have something cool like that you could put into this game.
That would make me like
and you could
Star Realms more than Hero Realms because theme wise. So.
Yeah,
So with a bigger box, they can have a health dial.
that would be nice.
I feel like that one fact alone would change how much I like that game or not.
You don't like to use like 3 cards?
I fucking hate it. It's
Into
absolutely
1s and
garbage.
5s and 10s and 20s.
Just a little health dial, man. Just
Yeah.
game changer.
Hero Realms little card shuffle like
that thing.
I thought it
thing
worked fine.
worked better.
It worked better,
You
yeah.
can also just turn your phone on and open your calculator app and start with 50 and just do minuses and pluses. It's not.
Not everybody has a calculator available.
At all times.
That's what high school taught me. Wouldn't have that.
That TI-89, I
Nope.
need to keep that sucker with me at all
I had a
times.
TI 92 at one
92?
point,
Okay.
and then I lost it.
Ooh, fancy.
And
Zach with
then
his
I borrowed
90s.
a friend's TI 89 and immediately lost it.
Well,
and
there's
then I
still-
just never talked to that guy again.
High five you for that one, Zach.
Well, they're still only like $130 each still
yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas Instruments, they got it figured out. Anyway, so Star Realms Frontiers, there's not a lot of information yet because
Nope.
Kickstarter has yet to launch.
Yes.
But it's going to fund real quick.
I'm sure it'll do well, and I'm going to back the
Yeah.
hell
Doesn't
out.
mean we can't speculate.
No,
Indeed.
and we'll talk more about this next week when we actually have more information.
Yes. We wouldn't want to rob you of
Correct.
that information immediately.
Correct.
So,
So now that news and Kickstarters are done, we can move on to what I'm sure everyone's been waiting for. We have a giveaway. We've gotten a lot of entries. Our most ever for a giveawut.
not
Yes.
hard.
True. Low bar to set.
We had double the amount we had last time. We had 94 entries this time.
94 entries. So we're still in the realm of being able to do this with a pair of D&D dice.
Indeed.
Which is the most use my dice are seeing these days is rolling for giveaways.
Giveaway contest. 2 D10s.
2 D10s.
Yep.
The 10s and the 1 to determine a number for the winner.
Off a spreadsheet. That is a very nice sounding dice cup.
This is a leather dice cup from Peru that Megan got me while she was in Peru.
Okay.
The dice it came with, it came like with a liar's dice set, like 6 dice. They were real shitty.
I bet they
cup,
were.
however.
But the cup is real nice. It's nice leather. Makes a nice rolling sound.
You can hear the dead cow. That's nice.
You can hear the murder. Yeah. And I say, it's leather, but
Murder! There we go, Jeff. Hooray!
I don't know if it's cow leather. This could be alpaca leather.
Could be guinea pig.
Guinea
leather.
pigs, yeah.
Also,
It's murder nonetheless.
it is
So-
murder nonetheless of furry animals. But all right, well, shall we?
Do we want any
lead
pomp
this
and
on
circumstance
anymore?
into
Pomp and
this?
circumstance, yeah.
It's like-
Fanciness.
let's just rumble on this table some. How about that?
No.
Flick the springs
Yes,
on
here
the
we
mic
go.
stand.
Well,
That actually sounds pretty cool.
first of all, thank you everyone that
Yes.
entered or
Yes.
saw that website that linked to our contest.
Yeah.
Which then,
But hopefully we made some new listeners out of you.
We have, which is great.
Yes.
well, so they say.
Yeah.
Almost everyone said like, "Oh, yeah, I entered for the contest, but then I listened to your show and you were actually pretty good, so I guess I'll keep listening."
Hey, Alan, our winner from our last contest, that was how he started. Now he actually still listens.
Exactly.
And we played games with him at a convention. Well, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't
So
gonna
thank
play
you
that.
everyone
Making new friends. So
before these dice are rolled.
here we go. Let's roll these dice and see who wins.
All right.
25.
25.
That is
Trey
Trey LaCraze.
Case. Who entered through an email submission. So it was an
Emails.
email that won.
Trey Lacraze?
LaCaze.
Lacaze. I don't know if I can.
And I'm glad to see you just didn't be like, God damn it, and you just walk straight.
I came on the show hoping to win. What the fuck, guys?
I just want to play.
Yeah,
I know,
I know.
Adrian.
I want to play more too. We've all been busy.
I also want to paint the rest of the fucking minis, Jeff.
You'll get them Wednesday.
All right, so now Jeff's had enough time while we've berated each other. Jeff, do you have the winning email pulled up?
I do. I believe this is one we have read before.
Okay. Let's reread it though.
We will reread it.
thought you had it pulled
I
up.
did. I wanted to see exactly where it landed in our.
Is that the picture of the LED bookshelf shit that you talked
Yeah.
about?
Oh, yeah,
That's
it's-
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Eric.
Yeah.
He lives here in town. He needs to come to game
120th
nights.
and something.
Yeah.
Eric, let's play Blood Bowl soon.
This one is an email we have yet to read.
Yep.
This email, which came in from emails@milehighgameguys.com, comes from Trey, titled Gloomhaven Giveaway. It reads, "Hey guys, never listened to you guys before." Just putting that out there up front.
Fantastic.
I was scouring the net for contests since I'm a poor bitch from going all in backing Lords of Hellas. Fantastic miniatures. Good decision.
Yeah.
Recently, and saw your contest. I'm going to start listening since you guys start listening to you guys at work since you are slightly entertaining. Don't want to give you a big head. And talk about my favorite subject. Seriously, though, keep up the good work. I'll be listening from now on. Impress me, damn it.
Well, I hope you're
how mu-
impressed.
Yeah. Fuck you if you're not impressed.
Yeah, seriously, you got a fucking awesome game.
I'm expecting emails every week from you about every topic that we talk about. Maybe not every topic, at least one. At least one
You
email.
need to join the ranks of the regular.
We've got Chris, we've got Alan, we've got Mike, and now Trey. You're locked in. If you're not,
I mean, we have more than that. Anthony's been really active lately.
Wes and Andrew.
Well, yeah, all our
You're
normal
talking about the
friends.
not me?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you're locked in as a super fan of Mile High Game Guys.
Yeah,
so
this was in the agreement. I don't know if you guys missed
yeah, I don't know if you got that,
At
but
the end of it, you just heard a bzz, bzz, bzz. It was like, 50 seckends of saying, yeah.
to be fair, we're gonna know where you live.
There may or may not be a delay in shipping based on these emails.
Yeah. We can do overnight. We can have some guy walk there,
Yeah, but we'll be in touch.
is what
You should say it more menacingly, Jeff.
More menacingly, you say. We'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch.
So, congratulations, Trey.
Congratulations.
You beat out like 100 other people. I divided by 3.
roughly 100 other people.
Yeah. 100 other options that we had.
Not even that, but yes.
Close.
93 other options. 2 of which was also him. So.
You beat yourself, Trey.
Yep.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Thank you also to everyone else who entered and anyone else who might have started listening because of this. Sorry you didn't win this time.
Indeed.
But we will be doing more giveaways. We're already starting to work on our next one. It might not be as grand as the 1 year Gloomhaven.
It's hard to beat the Gloomhaven.
the 1 year Gloomhaven.
But it's hard to beat our 1 year anniversary.
The 2-year Kingdom Death Monster.
Good God.
Just win that one next year,
Yeah.
and then we'll
Yes,
give that one
because
away.
I'm sure Kingdom Death Monster is going to be available as a prize at HeavyCon.
I don't see why I wouldn't. That thing is quite heavy.
All right, so that wraps up this giveaway. Congrats to Trey. Thanks to everyone who entered. If you would like to see more giveaways, that is a goal we have on our Patreon. Feel free to jump over and check that out. Patreon.com/milehighgameguys. As Jeff loves to say, every dollar counts.
Every dollar counts.
Doesn't mean we won't make fun of you for $1, but
We can if you want,
if you want,
unless you're Eric. Then
Correct.
we will
then we will.
and did.
And did. As part of this contest, though, we had a sub-contest. This was for us. And I almost just don't even want to acknowledge it because I think I know the way it's going to go. There was a popularity poll on Twitter where to enter for Twitter, you just had to tell us who your favorite host was. And so, Zach, who is people's favorite host?
So we have Jeff coming in third.
A gentleman's third.
Yes,
Indeed.
Gentleman's
with
third.
8.
8 whole
Okay,
entries.
so
That's 8. That's 8 more than I thought I was going to get.
I guess so. Technically, there is 4th is jokes. We never determined who was getting jokes. I'm fine with getting it to Jeff because it won't change the outcome.
Jeff does make a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
The jokiest?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeff, you have the title of the jokiest.
All right.
Yep. So that's 9 for you, Jeff.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
That voted for the real king of this contest.
And then we have Adrian coming up next with a 10.5.
This was a lot closer than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
it was.
To be fair.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And then I guess that just leaves me with 12.5.
2 whole votes
Yeah.
given by you son of a bitch.
Yes.
And you know what? It's shenanigans because frickin' Thomas, who I played heavy games with at Geekway, didn't vote for me. He didn't vote for the heavy gamer on the show. We're supposed to stick together.
He clearly voted for the better option.
Yeah. He just likes me better. I'm sorry, Adrian.
I would say that Jeff definitely got the first vote.
Yes.
Indeed.
That's what matters.
Yes.
Yes.
This is also true.
I was first
Who got
locked
the
in.
last vote, Zach?
I did.
Damn it.
Yep.
So I just fail at everything.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, there was like a good chunk
what?
where you got like 5 in a row, but
Zach got first, got gold.
yeah.
I got bronze.
Yeah.
At least I got something. And you only got silver.
Yeah.
Only silver.
Only silver. Yeah.
Didn't get first and didn't just like get at least something.
I was the best at not being the best or the worst at anything.
That's not something to be proud of.
No, it's
Fine, middle of the road. That's how I do.
We're just going to change your name to Not Sure
not sure.
and, and call it a day.
Yep.
Well then,
We have many more emails and BGG and stuff like that,
comments and
but we're going to really stretch that out as long as we can.
Yeah. We'll do about half an email an episode.
we're all about nonsense content, and that's what we will continue to do.
Absolutely.
and continue to be about.
Yeah.
Put those dice away.
Yep. If you want to get a hold of us, there's multiple ways to do so. You can send us emails anytime. How would they do that, Jeff?
Emails at milehighgameguys.com.
Somebody actually wants a ringtone of Jeff just saying emails.
Emails. I can do better. Hang on. Emails
Come on, don't ruin it for him.
at milehighgameguys.com.
I liked it. One more time.
Emails. No, don't like that one.
Nope. It's got to come from down here, Jeff.
Emails at milehighgameguys.com. Really?
Yeah.
Ruined?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Do you even give a shit about this, Jeff?
Fuck yourself. And email us at emails@milehighgameguys.com.
That was pretty good. I'll take that one. You can also get a hold of us through Twitter. I tweet under @MHGameGuys.
I am Zach_MHGG.
And I'm Jeff_MHGG. And then Ant,
Do you have a Twitter, Ant?
It's Barrel_Overlord.
Barrel Overlord.
I'm
Very
the Barrel Overlord.
appropriate.
Correct. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Mile High Game Guys. And we have a Board Game Geek Guild 2731 where you can join up to see episode posts for asking questions about an upcoming review. That's where you can also find giveaways, things like that. All kinds of shenanigans. We have a Slack channel that you can join. The link for that will be in the show notes, so be sure to check out the show notes at milehighgameguys.com. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have a Patreon if you would like to support the show financially. Patreon.com/milehighgameguys.
And we'll have many rewards coming over the next week.
Yes,
'Cause
now
we
that
have-
holidays are done and we can start cracking,
Yep.
And we got the money.
and we got the money.
And we got your money.
Yep.
So now we have to fulfill.
Yes. We are now contractually obligated.
I didn't sign anything.
But thank you, as always, for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this show. Congratulations again, Trey, for winning Gloomhaven.
Congrats.
Right over there.
Sitting right behind me.
And hopefully you don't live too far.
Hopefully not. We will see. As always, I have been your host, Adrian.
I'm still Zach.
And I bought my badge on time, Jeff.
And joining us was our guest, Ant.
The Barrel Overlord, Ant.
All right. Thanks
right.
for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. The title of this episode is Vacations, Weddings, Murder.
Did we talk about murder at all?
No,
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, Blood Bowl murder. That catcher,
true.
that catcher died.
Is that the one that killed himself?
Yes.
Well, it's not murder. It's suicide.
That's self-murder.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Punchboard Media, where we all
Bring something
to the table.
pull up a chair
at punchboardmedia.com.